beast system. Better belly, better brain, better body, better business, better bank. Human optimization. Peace, optimized ones. Today, real quick, we're gonna go over our food source cycle. What that means is knowing what happened to your food before it got to your mouth. That's a very key indicator when it comes to figuring out our own human manual is what type of fuel are we putting in our system. So when it comes to our food source cycle, y'all, the first thing we want to know is where was it grown? Whose farm was it? Whose garden was it? I mean, what's the environment like where it is? What's the air like? What's the sunlight like? You know what I mean? What's the soil like over in the area? So it's pretty key to figure out where your food comes from. Second, how was it grown? So now how, what was used? What type of seeds, again, what type of soil, water, what environmental changes, you know what I mean, that grew the fruit or vegetable. Who picked it for you? Who grew it? Where was it at? I mean, how? What did they say? What did they put it through? Then who picked it for you? Do you know your local farmers? Do you know your local farm hand? Are you the one growing it? How did the food get to you? So now when we try to figure out how did it get to you, where did it travel? Was it took by truck? Was it took by boat? Was it took by plane? Did it go from frigid to warm? Did it go from warm to frigid? Did it travel through all the states? Did it come this way, that way? So much changes when it comes to food, just how it's packaged up and sent to you. Let's check this out. We also want to know what steps did the food take? Again, was it flash frozen at the source? Picked? Oh, it's in the freezer already, you know what I mean? Good to go, you know what I mean? Did it keep its nutrients? Did it stay nutrient dense? Was it put in a cardboard box? Was it put in plastic? You know what I mean? Was it on what kind of conveyor belt may it have been on? You know, there's so many things to know what steps did your food even take? And you know what I mean, it totally goes into how did it get to you? You know what I mean? How was it made in total? And how far did the food have to travel? I mean, is it from China? Is it from Russia? Is it from Florida and you live in California? Is it from Idaho and you live in Texas? Is it from the US and you live in Canada? Is it from, we can get the big picture when it comes to that, y'all. You know what I mean? We just want to start off just knowing our food source cycle. And y'all, when y'all get into your own gardening, you know what I mean, right? When you get into the pluviose garden, you know what I mean? You start to take yourself through this. So when we get to where was it grown, you're like, my backyard. You know what I mean? How was it grown? You're like, oh, I did this, and this. Who picked it for you? Myself. How did it get to you? I brought it in. What steps did it take? You say, oh yeah, I did this, brought it in. How far did it have to travel? 10 steps. You know what I mean? Let's start making this stuff easy. But if we can't quite make it too easy yet, we just want to have this on the list of, you know, when we go pick up our foods, who the farm is, you know, how they grow, who does the picking, how they process, steps that it take, and more, y'all. That's food source cycle. Y'all jot that down. See y'all in the next module.